Darcy's Corner. Uh, Alexa, what day is it?
It's Thursday, 22nd of October.
There you have it. 22nd of October, 2020. I just really like the aesthetics of this look. I got my fish tank glowing in the background there. I finally got a algae eater in there that was big enough that my aggressive fish wouldn't eat it. I have a catfish in there, and I have a dragonfish in there, and then I got a couple silver dollars. Those silver dollars were like $20 a piece. It's ridiculous. They're supposed to be 40. So I got a deal. It lasts a long time though. Anyway, Darcy's Corner. Uh, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I've been home for a little while now. I wasn't sure if I should keep sharing my insights or not, but then I'm buzzing around YouTube and I'm watching other people's YouTube channels, and their content is no more mind-blowing than mine. They're talking about their recent surgeries or their progress with their doctors or just random benign stuff, which is great. I just seen a video from a YouTube transgender person who I'm falling in love with this chick. She is awesome, and I can't remember how far she is. She's a couple years in anyway, but she's transitioned. Like, her voice is pretty good, and if she didn't tell you she was trans, you wouldn't know. Which is what we all want to be, by the way, or most of us want to be anyway. I certainly want to be there. And she was talking about femininity, and I love that because most of the things I watch on femininity are from, you know, Millennial Stepford Wives, and they are wonderful to watch also. And it amazes me that these millennials have like 70,000 followers of people trying to learn how to be more feminine. Uh, and these are all cisgendered women, so they're already pretty feminine. Um, I'm trying to adjust the light so that you can see my face and it doesn't look too off. Anyway, but yeah, so femininity and what does that mean to me? And then she talked about how some days she just forgets that she's done this, that she's feminized, because she's just lost in her own world doing her own thing. And that happens to me all the time, especially lately. Like, I understand that my day-to-day job is to go door to door dropping off packages, and it's not a bad gig, it's fine, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning, so I'm pretty tired, and you you have a lot of time to yourself just to contemplate the universe, as it were. And so you get doing whatever it is you're doing with your day, and you forget that you've done this or been trying to do this. Like, you just forget that you're trying to change your voice. You forget that you've grown a chest and you have manicured nails, and you're being much more selective in your clothing because this is such a confusing thing. But anyway, you forget in those moments and you just carry on, and then you're nothing. You're not him and you're not her. You're just you, and you just getting from A to B. You're getting this thing done, whatever that thing is that you're working on. Uh, and I get that all the time. I'll forget lots of times that I've done this or that I'm doing this. And then I'll look around my house at different things I got going on, and then it's a pretty stark reminder. Oh yeah, I got that dress there, and I got the nails here, and I don't know what I do to feel feminine. Like, initially, when this started for me, Hold on a second. Just wanted to pause it for a second so you don't have to watch me stare into space as I think about how I'm going to phrase things. I don't take notes, but I should probably start doing that because sooner or later I'm going to get myself in trouble. I'm going to go down a rabbit hole of thought and forget where I left off. But anyway, when I first started to learn what this meant, I was having fantasies of dressing up as a woman and just carrying on with my day, going to the mall or something. And sometimes there would be well, lots of times there was a sexual component to my fantasies, but not always. And I just didn't understand what the hell any of that meant. But I did know that my church frowned upon it strongly, and it wasn't going to go over well in life. So, but one day I went and found out. But the things that make me feel feminine are, I mean, they are in your head. Um, you know, I used to, when I was in the in-between stage, when I was trying to figure this thing out, um, should record this again, but I'm probably not going to. So we'll just keep going. I believe personally that this condition affects different people differently. That is to say that there's groups. There's the ones who are, when they're children, they say, "Mommy or Daddy, I am a boy or a girl," the opposite of whatever it is they are, and like they are just they feel icky and wrong and devastated if you're not acknowledging them. Those are the ones who, if they don't get treated when they're children, end up killing themselves as children because they just get so overwhelmingly sad about how they are. Um, and that's one form of being trans. But for others, like for me, I was never sad that I wasn't seen as a girl. I just wanted what the girls had or wanted to do what the girls were doing. I loved, you know what makes me feel feminine is watching certain movies. And I never even thought of it like before. And reading certain books helps me to feel very feminine. And sometimes they got sex in them, lots of times they're romance novels. But it's not just that. Like you get inside this girl's head. One of my favorite movies was While You Were Sleeping. I never knew, it never made sense to me when I was a kid why sometimes I would like these traditionally chick movies. And it would be While You Were Sleeping or Happily Ever After or I don't know, pick a Drew Barrymore or Sandra Bullock flick that was kind of a romantic comedy, which is a lot of them. And I would usually like that movie. Um, so that's how I would feel feminine, is by watching certain movies that would invoke that. I like movies that make me either really sad or really happy. Um, Same with books. My favorite novel series, or one of them anyways, from grade 8 till long after graduation, was the Clan of the Cave Bear series. I think it's called the Earth Children series or whatever. But because you're in the mind of Ayla, right? And I read those books like dozens of times. Um, and when I was doing that, when you're in the book, you're living your life as that character. And that's what I was doing. I was living my life as Ayla, my fantasy life. And that made me feel feminine. So, if you wonder what happened there, if I happen to post this on YouTube, which I probably will, I have a pet rabbit, and she's wandering around the apartment. That's her there. I don't know if you can see her with this or not. But anyway, she's wandering around, and if she finds a cord on the floor anywhere, she likes to make it into a snack. And I'm trying to get her to stop doing that, but, you know, rabbits don't really listen. So I just have to like put all the cords someplace where she isn't. Otherwise, I'm not gonna have a cord anymore. The worst thing is when she gets behind the TV. There's a power bar back there, and she steps on it, and the TV goes off, and I gotta dig all that crap out to turn it back on. Anyway, first world problems. Darcy's pet rabbit is a pain in the ass. Anyway, back to being trans, feeling feminine, and how did I process that, and how did I feel feminine then, and how do I feel feminine now? Because like from whatever till I was 30, I was trans the whole time and didn't know it, but that was how I would process it. I would read books like that, and I'm in the mind of Ayla, and I'm, arguing for women's rights or whatever she was doing, hitting something with a sling. If you haven't read the books, it's cavemen, but there's a lot of modern day politics put into the script. Women's rights and stuff were really big for cavemen, according to that series. Anyway, but that's how I felt feminine, is by getting inside the mind of another woman. And I would rather do it through movies or through books. And I just liked the way it made me feel. And I always like to see my female protagonist, overcome the hardships of life. So that's how I feel feminine. That's how I do that. I kind of love the length of my hair. I just wish it wasn't all frizzy like it is, But what are you going to do? Anyway, so I'm also I'm noticing through YouTube and watching my old videos, like, oh, I did have a deeper voice back then. So something is changing. Something is moving in the right direction, I hope. I mean, the forehead's still pretty bloody high. I might have to go to bangs. That's probably going to be my next thing that I do. I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah, I had to pause for a minute and have a think about what I wanted to say, if I even want to say anything more. But I never stopped talking, so that's not an issue. Yeah, the way that we are feminine or feel feminine comes out differently, but like for me, because it was a positive thing, right? It was never that I felt dysphoric about being him. I just loved the thought of being her. And like I can almost see her now in my picture, but I've been brutally informed that I do not pass. I'm not even close. But I can almost see her now. If you repress her, which I did, right? From 10 on up, I repressed her fully. I just, no, we're going to put that away, and that's not going to be who I am anymore. The thing is, she's going to come out somewhere. She's part of who you are. Or he's going to come out somewhere if you're the other way. But he's part of who you are too, if that's inside you. And if you kind of lost perspective there, I mentioned I have a rabbit that's causing issues. Well, she just got in behind the TV and was stepping on the power bar and shutting things off, which is annoying, but it's more annoying that she's like gnawing cords and stuff back there. So anyway, I think I fixed that problem. We'll find out. Well, that's 15 minutes, so I'm going to stop now. And hopefully what I got was good. My editing skills kind of suck. So we'll probably upload it and give it a thumbs up. And hey, if you wanted to subscribe, if you wanted to, it's a thought. If you don't want to, I understand. Anyway, Darcy's Corner out.